One early morning, the queen of Simpa village called for Mabena and gave her a box to keep safely for her. Mabena, who was curious, asked the queen the content in the box. The queen told her it was her finest pearls, gold necklaces, diamond jewelries and other valuable items. She couldn't trust the other servants and wanted it to be kept safe. She instructed Mabena not to tell anyone, including her twin sister, and that she will reward her in due time if she kept the secret box. Mabena agreed and left to her chamber to hide the box. She hid the box in a secret place in her room where no one could have access to. Since they were identical, most people in the palace, including the chief, were not be to differentiate them. This made the twins make silly jokes with their identities. One day, the queen became very ill and many herbal doctors were called to the palace to help kill this strange disease. All the doctors couldn't help to find a cure in the village. They then went to the neighboring towns to get other herbal doctors. There were rumors that Papa Kabute's wife has helped many women with several diseases. When the elders of Simpa village visited her, she avoided them and asked them to go back since they brought so much pain to her. Papa Kabute had been mistreated in the village after and later took his own life when his two girls were taken from her. The elders of Simpa went back to report this news to their chief, who asked that gifts of gold, silver and other livestock to be sent to Adele, Papa Kabute's wife, to appease her and bring her to the village to meet her children. Adele didn't agree at first but later changed her mind since she had not seen her two daughters for many years now. She came with her son. Upon reaching the village of Simpa, Adele was taken to the palace where she was introduced to her daughters. Baba and Mabena couldn't recognize their mother. She narrated everything that has happened to them. They cried and hugged their mother. They were so sad when they heard of the death of their father. Adele was later taken to meet the queen, who was bedridden. Adele took some herbs, other substances and gave it to the queen to drink. After some few days, the queen became well again. One evening, Mabena had sleepless nights and worried about the safety of the box. She confided in her mother about the box given to her by the queen. Adele urged her daughter to still keep it a secret. Unfortunately, Baba overheard her sister telling their mother about the secret box and where she had kept it. One fateful day, while the queen was walking in the palace garden, she met Baba, whom she thought was Mabena, and asked her to bring the box that evening. And her reward was that she will let her marry her eldest son, the prince. Baba, hearing this, was very happy but decided not to tell her sister who was to be the princess. That evening, when Mabena had gone out with Adele to help the women to cook some meals, Baba went to the secret place and brought out the box. She quickly took it to the queen, who blessed her. She gave her a necklace and promised to make her the princess. A durbar was held in the village of Simpa where the chief announced that he has found a wife for his son, who was Mabena. Mabena was surprised since she wasn't informed of her marriage. Baba now told her about what happened and begged Mabena to let her marry the prince. Mabena was disappointed but asked her sister to promise her to make her the godmother of their first child, so she and their mother will continue to live in the palace forever as custom was. Baba agreed. The marriage date was fixed and Adele was very happy, even though she knew it was Mabena who was to be the princess. Baba and Prince Osa got married and had a handsome boy a year later. Everybody was happy about the arrival of the new little prince. But Baba did not keep her promise to her sister. She framed her up and lied about Mabena being Baba who wanted to kill her son and marry the prince. The chief and queen were not happy to hear this, so they ordered Mabena, whom they thought was Baba, to leave the palace and never to return. Adele cried and begged the chief, but they were adamant. Mabena was taken out of the palace and escorted out of the village. Adele, who couldn't stand the pain and shame, confronted the chief and queen and told them what Baba had done. Everyone, including the prince, was surprised. Baba was summoned and questioned about the truth. Tearfully, she said she did that because she loved the prince and didn't want her twin sister to marry him instead. The chief ordered his men to look for Mabena and bring her alive to the palace. The men went around the neighboring villages to look for Mabena. They searched everywhere till they later found her drowned in a river. Adele fainted and died when she saw her daughter's dead body brought to the palace. Baba was very sorry and apologized for her mistakes. The chief asked that Baba should be sent to a far-away town and not to be remembered anymore. Prince Osa mourned the death of Mabena and later took his son to the United States to live there. Mabena and Adol were buried near the palace and remembered till this day in the village of Simpa. The end.